Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how you can automate lead qualification using Zapier with no coding required. What we'll do is we will capture responses in a Google form, send it through an AI summary, and then send the responses to a Google Sheet, indicating whether or not they are a high quality lead or not. Just keep in mind that while Zapier does allow you to use AI functions within the software, once the automation is published, it will be no longer free. But if you decide that this is something that works for you, you can go ahead and pay for the free version and utilize this automation. So let's get started, and I will see you in the video. Okay, so let me explain to you how this is going to work. So basically, this is the Zap right here. It's actually pretty simple. It is basically that your lead will go ahead and submit a response within your Google form. So within that response, they'll submit their name, their email address, their budget range. They'll tell you a bit about what they want for your project, or for their project rather, and the urgency to get this done. So as soon as possible, within 1 month, or flexible. Those responses will be put in here within this Google Sheet. And then you'll receive an email notification. In fact, let me pull my email real quick. Be right back. Okay, so you'll receive an email notification that looks just like this, that tells you every single detail that the customer submits into, or some of the details that the customer submits in that Google form. But here is the AI summary. It tells you the lead score, whether it's a high priority lead, a medium priority, or low priority, and then the suggested next step right here. All right, so we're going to go over that within this, when we build this app. So I'll see you over there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and build this Zap. So we do need to create just a few things real quick prior to building the Zap within Zapier. We're going to need to first make an intake form. So that intake form will be within Google Sheets, and we're going to call this something simple. It's going to be lead intake form. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in several questions, but those questions will be pretty easy for you and the customer. So first one will be name. This will change to a short answer, and this will be required. We're going to add another question, which will be email address. And this will also be a short answer and required. Add another question. This will be budget range, and this will be multiple choice. So we'll actually keep that. The budget choices will be under $500. The next one will be $500 to $1,500. And the third one will be $1,500 or more. We are going to make that required and add in a new question. The next one will be tell me about your budget, or your project rather, excuse me. And we'll put in a short answer, and that will be required. And then finally, the last one will be urgency. This one will be a drop-down, and this can be as soon as possible, within 1 month, and flexible. This will also be required as well. So we will go ahead and publish this. Anyone with this link can use this. And what we're going to do is we're going to need to make the Google Sheet. So let's go to Google Sheets. And we're going to make this sheet for us. So we're going to call this qualified. Nope, not right there. Let's go back. This will be called qualified leads practice intake. And we're going to put in several columns here as well. One being timestamp, name, email, budget, urgency, project description, AI summary, lead score, and next steps. You just do next step. I'm going to go ahead and bold these. It's possible that when we put in the result right here that the text could be bolded, but we'll see. All right, now let's pull over Zapier. So let me pull it up 1 second. Be right back. I pulled up Zapier right here, and this is the home page of Zapier. You just go to zapier.com to get here if you're unfamiliar. I just full transparency right off the bat, I am in a professional trial because some of the functionality within Zapier, it won't work unless you're, or it won't work consistently unless you're under the professional plan. So I did the trial for now just to show you. But if you do wish to upgrade it anytime, it is $19.99. But anyway, let's go here to create, and we're going to start creating our first Zap. And what's really cool about Zapier is that you can actually tell it exactly what you want to do, and it'll create it for you. And that is actually where this Copilot is right here. So let me show you that real quick. Okay, so I did create a little bit of a summary right here using ChatGPT of what exactly I want. And we're going to go ahead and just send this within Zapier, and it's going to work some of its magic and suggest us an outline. So we'll let it do that real quick. This is wicked cool about Zapier. I love this. And it's going to give us a quick idea of what we want to do. So this looks good to me, where we have the Google Forms, the AI by Zapier, the Google Sheets, and then Gmail. You don't have to do this with Gmail. I do have a Gmail myself. I can show you how to do this with Gmail. However, there is a functionality that's called Email by Zapier, where if you were to do that instead, you can send the email to something other than Gmail. And it'll function the same way. So we're going to add all steps. Okay. So now we already have the skeleton of our automation here. We really just need to configure it into basically into Zapier. All right, so what we're going to do is we need to start here on the right-hand side within this box, and we're going to make sure or ensure that the app is set to Google Forms, and the trigger event is going to be a new form response. The account is under my Google account. You can change that in here by connecting a new account. It's basically just going to run you through some of the pop-ups that are required to utilize Google products within, different integrations like Zapier. So we'll keep that the way it is, and we're going to continue. We need to choose the form right here. So we're going to do the lead intake form, and we're going to continue. And we need to test to confirm that this has been set up correctly. So we're going to go and test the trigger. All right, and here is the response, and you can pull it up right here and see what it says. Now, this is a fake response right here. It's kind of giving you an idea of what it may capture. So if we will actually want to do this and ensure that it's working correctly, we'll go ahead and actually submit some details into our lead intake form. So we're going to do that. Up here, there's a button where you can copy the responder link. So I've done that, and we're going to go up here to this window, and we are going to paste that link in here, and we'll follow that. All right, so from here, what we're going to do is we're going to put in the name. So we're going to call this Jane Doe. No, I think actually Jane Doe is already in the sample. So we're going to call this SpongeBob SquarePants. That's how you know I am a millennial. The email address is going to be spongebob@gmail.com. The budget range will be, we'll say, $500 to $1,500. We are going to create an automated lead qualification system that provides AI summary. The urgency is going to be, we'll say, as soon as possible, and we'll submit. And then let's go back to Zapier right here. We need to find that record that we just submitted. So I'm going to go ahead and do that by clicking on Find New Records. And form response B is the new record right here, because if we click on it, you're going to see that some metadata shows up for the Google form response. So the created time, the urgency, the description of the project right here. Here's the name, SpongeBob, email, budget, etc. Right. So we're going to continue with this selected record. Now we're going to keep using AI by Zapier right here. Excuse me. Basically, what just happened is that Zapier moved over to the next module right here, which is the AI by Zapier. So we're going to keep this right here using the free plan. And let's go ahead, and I think we might need to initiate the prompt builder right here. But let's go and continue for a minute. Let me just skip ahead and see what we got here. Okay, yeah, I think that this is good. So right here under provider, it's currently under OpenAI, so we're going to keep it right there. However, where it says authentication, we're going to click on that and keep it on Zapier provided. Now, if you are using the free plan of Zapier, you can change this module so you're not using AI by Zapier and you're actually using OpenAI's ChatGPT instead. It's kind of interesting how, well, I understand why they do it, but if you're not using the free version, you can switch to ChatGPT or a different AI model as well. You will need you do need to input your API code in here. So we're going to keep it under Zapier provided. In fact, let me go and click that. And we're going to keep the model under OpenAI GPT-4o Mini. Now the prompt, we're going to use the following prompt when running this automation. So I've copied the prompt from elsewhere and I'm putting it right into here. And I'm going to actually just get rid of a few things in here. And okay, so basically what the prompt says is act as a lead qualification assistant based on the following project description, urgency and budget. Summarize the project in 1 to 2 sentences and rate it as a high, medium, or low quality lead. Output the result in the following format. You're going to have a summary with a short project summary. You're going to have a lead score of high, medium, or low. You are going to also provide a suggested step, or the AI rather will provide a suggested step, which will be either sending a proposal or asking for more details or decline, etc. This is where you can, customize what the AI will return back to you. You can, it's going to give you like one of these 3 responses right here. But with that said, you can update this so it gives you more detailed responses or responses that you want to see instead. So we'll move on from that. Project description. So we need to put in some inputs right here, because basically what will happen is if we run this automation the way it is, it's going to return a project description, budget, and urgency within the email that we want with nothing. There's going to be no data. So we need that data. So right here next to project description, we're going to click on this plus button, and we are going to look for tell me about your project right here. You're going to click on that field. And then here under budget, we're going to just select budget range. And then here where it says urgency, we're going to select urgency. Now the output fields, basically within these output fields, this is what we basically are telling the AI what to return. So we basically are telling the AI, hey, after we put in this project description and this budget and this urgency, you need to output something very specific. And so we need to go ahead and tell it what it needs to return. So here under the output fields, you're going to click in and you're going to add in for the first field, the summary, and that'll be text. All right, for some reason my Loom video stopped working, but just to recap, so here within the output fields, we'll have the summary within the first field name. The field type will be text, and the field description will be the same thing as what appears right here, the short project summary. So we're going to save that. The next field that we'll add in will be the lead score, and that field type will be category, multi-select, or single select, excuse me. So it'll be either high, medium, or low. And we're going to have ChatGPT return the lead score using the options of high, medium, or low based on the return inputs of the Google form. All right, so this will be required, and we will save that. And then the last field will be the suggested next step. And so with this one, what we're going to do is we're going to keep this as a field type of text. And I am going to put in the following for the field description, which is, send a proposal, ask for more details, decline, etc. And this is where you'll be able to update where, what you want the AI to return. So we're going to make this output field required as well and save it. And then that should be it for this. So we're going to go ahead and continue. And we need to test this step. And then this is what it's going to return back. So the project involves developing an automated lead qualification system that generates AI summaries, indicating a focus on efficiency and innovation in lead management. The lead score will be high, and we should definitely send a proposal to this lead. So the next step we're going to do is we need to go ahead and integrate this Zap with the Google Sheets. So we're going to go and move on to that. And so just ensure that the app is set to Google Sheets. The action event will be not updating a spreadsheet row, but let's go and find it within here. I might have already passed it. Create a spreadsheet row right here. So basically when the form is submitted, we're going to create a new row with the data within the new spreadsheet row. The account, we're going to select that, and that's going to be my Gmail, or my Google account rather. And we're going to go ahead and continue. And here, you don't need to put anything here for Drive, but you do need to put in the spreadsheet that you want to integrate. So we're going to do the qualified leads practice intake. The worksheet, let's go ahead and just call this something. I'm going to move myself over. This will just be leads. So let's go back here, and we're going to refresh the results. And you're going to see leads pops up right here. So from here, we're going to map everything within. So we're going to map all of the columns within the Google Sheet to what appears here within our Zap. So before we do that though, I do want to use the time zone setup on the spreadsheet to format values. And then from there, let's go ahead and start mapping. So to map the timestamp, we're going to go and select this. Here where it says new form response in Google Forms, we'll select that. And we're going to select here the create time. For the name, we'll do the same thing. We'll go here to the Google form, and we're just going to look for the name right here. Email will be the email address. The budget, or excuse me, the budget. I thought I had selected the wrong one for a minute, but here's the budget right here. Urgency. The project description. And that will be, tell me about your project. Here's the AI summary. And this will actually not be within the Google form. It's going to actually be under analyze and return data. So the AI summary will be the summary. The lead score right here will be the lead score. And then the next step will be suggested next step. We're going to continue and we're going to test this. And if it works, let's go and see if our data has moved in here, which it has. So now the last part of this automation, after everything has been added into here, is to now get our email. So let's move on to that step. So here, like I said, you can utilize Gmail, or you can also utilize, I believe, there's probably Outlook within Zapier. I haven't looked, but there is an email by Zapier function where you're able to tell Zapier which email to send these notifications to. So I'm just going to keep it here under the Gmail module here within this Zap. And what we're going to do is we are going to keep the action event on send email. And we have the Gmail account, my Gmail account set up here. We're going to configure it. And if you'd like, actually, let me just make sure here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go and add in my email right here. So I wanted to make sure real quick, this is where you would actually, because I didn't do this for the original Zap. However, you can go ahead and put in the recipient email here and other emails that you want this to be sent to. Okay, you can keep all of these blank. If you like, you can say, this is from, like, we'll keep this blank for now. But here under subject, we're going to put in new, and then we're going to go here to analyze and return data. And then we're going to put in lead score, and we'll type in priority lead submitted. So new high priority lead submitted. And then within the body of the email, we need to map a little bit more information. So we want to include the name of the person here. We want the email of that person. We want the summary, the AI summary. We want the lead score. And then we want the suggested next step. And I'm going to then click on this button right here, and we're going to start mapping the name of the lead, their email address, the AI summary, the lead score, and then the suggested next step. All right, and then we're going to continue, and then we'll test. So it's 2:23 right here. Let's go check my Gmail, and then we'll see what happened. All right, and you're going to see right here, 2:23, 0 minutes ago, we received the email notification of the the lead submitting their details. That includes the AI summary, the lead score, the suggested next steps as well.
All right, so there you have it. You've just created an automated lead qualification system using Google Forms, Google Sheets, and Zapier. Basically, just like we did in the video, whenever a lead submits their information to you, you will get an AI summary as well as a notification to your email of choice, as well as some next action steps. And you did this with other than creating the automation, you did this without having to lift a finger at all. This will save you tons of time without having to jump between different applications within your day. So nothing gets lost within your workflows. So if you do have any questions about this automation, feel free to reach out to me in the comment section. If you liked this video, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to 𝐘𝐨𝐮'𝐵's channel. It would be highly appreciated. If you do wish to chat more about this, feel free to shoot me a message or sign up for a meeting within my Calendly, and I'd be more than happy to touch base. All right, once again, my name is 𝐘𝐨𝐮'𝐵. I am the co-founder of 𝐘𝐨𝐮'𝐵. Until next time, keep building. Thanks.